What's up, everybody? I'm David Hain. Welcome to episode number 335 of the A2D From Addict to Disciple podcast. If you enjoy this podcast, please like, subscribe, follow, and share the link with your friends. If you'd like to get our curriculum, you can get the paperback or ebook of From Ashes to Destiny on Amazon. Today's episode, again, is number 335 of the A2D From Addict to Disciple podcast, and it's entitled, Why Not? Versus No Way. Okay, so what are we talking about with this why not versus no way? Let's take a look at it and start by looking at those feelings when we want to give up. And we know we can stop for a minute, but we don't think we can stay stopped. When we relapse simply because we believe there is no way we can live a life clean and sober. So that's the no way part. And let's dig a little deeper. What keeps you convinced of and resigned to this negative future or this feeling of a negative outcome all the time, that there's no way you're going to be one who makes it? I'd like to look at a bunch of reasons that could be going on behind the scenes that led you to this ultimate negative view of the future. The first could be a loss of acceptance. Robin Williams once said, "I used to think the worst thing in life is to end up all alone. It's not. The worst thing in life is to end up with people who make you feel all alone." Can you relate to that? Have you reached that point in your relationships where you feel all alone because the people around you just don't accept you anymore, just don't like you anymore? Maybe they just want you gone. So this loss of acceptance can be one of the key things that fuels our feelings of no way, I can't do this. Another can be a loss of connection. And this doesn't have to be those deep relationships that would hurt us like the loss of acceptance, but this is where we don't stay connected. Or people that we would hope would just check in on us don't seem to call every now and then to say, how you doing? So it's up to us to really work on staying connected with people who truly are interested in us. And it's up to us to stay connected with people that we're truly interested in. Another problem that could fuel this feeling of no way is a loss of roots. That we find ourselves with no place to call home anymore. Or we've moved to a new place and we just aren't plugged in yet. We don't know anybody there. And we don't even know if we'll ever be in a place again to put down roots, or if we're just going to keep sort of roaming from place to place to place. So we need that feeling of permanence somewhere. Another one is a loss of friends. New friends, if you're in a new place, can make you feel alone because it's just surface stuff. It's shallow. And the more you hang out with these people in shallow relationships, the more you miss the deep ones. And they're probably staying shallow because you don't have anything in common with them. You're just sort of new in town, or you're new in the area, or you're in this new place to stay. You don't have past life experience with these people. But I want to say that's why so many people make deep friendships by going to groups. Because you have a quick, deep bond of having recovery in common. A fifth reason that can lead to people getting this no way, not me feeling is a loss of trust. We begin doubting ourselves and doubting others, or doubting everyone else because you doubt yourself. And this doubt becomes crippling and paralyzing. And as someone my age, I enjoy a quote by Clint Eastwood, who said, As you get older, you're not afraid of doubt. Doubt isn't running the show. So that's a key one if you're struggling to trust yourself, doubting other people, doubting yourself. Are you letting doubt run your show? And the result is you're giving up on recovery and giving up on yourself. Well, how do we flip the script? How do we get to where we begin to proclaim, why not, instead of no way? Why not me? It's my turn. Others have made it. Why not me? I'd like to give you some I cans to get on this why not me mentality. The first I can is I can make it. And Henry Ford once said, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. So begin to believe in yourself. Because if you think you can, you're right. But if you think you cannot, you're also right. So this balance between no way and why not me is so huge. Begin to think that the I can also be, I can be an overcomer. And I think of Rocky Balboa. Keep on fighting until the bell rings, every round. And go the distance, all 15 rounds. So many people quit before they overcome because they get tired in the middle rounds, so to speak. They get tired of the long time that it's taking and they're not sure they can go the distance. Begin to tell yourself you can and keep going. The third I can would be I can find freedom from addiction. Own your life choices and choose life. And it's important if you're going to say, why not me? Begin to tell yourself, I can. I can find freedom from addiction. I can find healing. And for me, as I think about healing, that stirs up in my life the importance of my faith in the community of believers. Don't try to walk it alone. You may get lost along the way. Another I can that's important is I can start over. Starting over does not mean going back to the beginning, undoing the past and starting from there. For me, starting over means starting from where you are today, in the present, and choosing a new path, a new direction, a new destination, and often with new people. You can start over. And I know some of you might be thinking, yeah, that's happy talk because I still have got some fears and doubts. So let's look at those. Can you begin to say, I can face my fears? Mark Twain once said, courage is not the absence of fear, it's acting in spite of it. Can you be someone who says, I can, in spite of the fear that you have, and let the fear be a fear, but let courage rise up inside of you. And Dale Carnegie said, do the thing you fear and continue to do so. This is the quickest and surest way of all victory over fear. So I want to encourage you to do the thing you fear. When you've identified the thing that is holding you back and it's fear, and it could cause you to stumble again, start walking in the fear. Face it. Remember, doubt doesn't have to disappear, but we need to recognize it early and replace it with confidence that we know what to do. We have put ourselves in the right place to succeed, and we have the right people around us to ensure success. Insecurity doesn't have to disappear, but we need to recognize that we must subdue our insecurities in order to be in a place where we can act and make decisions. And never make decisions from a place of insecurity. Insecurity is a place of fear, a place of self-doubt, and the need for the approval of others. So don't let those negative mindsets dictate your decisions or life choices. Focus on slow, steady progress and celebrate baby steps, because soon you'll be running, jumping, and dancing in freedom and in recovery. There's a Chinese proverb that I'd like to close with, which says, "Be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid of only standing still." So as you grow slowly from the no way mentality to the why not mentality, I want to encourage you, today is the day for you to begin to say, why not me? Thanks for listening to this episode of the A to D from Addict to Disciple podcast. So if you're saying that's me, why not me? And you want to reach out, you can contact me by the link on this podcast, by email at davidfroma2d@gmail.com, or go to my website, www.froma2d.org, and you can contact me through that. Keep listening to future podcast episodes, and as always, stay safe and stay resilient.